Good morning, students. So this is our second session on carbonyl compounds. And carbonyl compounds is one of the most rated chapter or potential chapter, where examiner would prefer to design some questions, particularly in named reactions and also the reagents, chemistry associated with the reagents. Practically speaking, preparations, physical and chemical properties, all the named reactions and all the reagents, selectivity had been questioned, and they've been questioning. Try to understand this. Yeah. So we can't leave any preparation or a property in carbonyl compound. Such is the importance of this chapter. Yeah. Because this chapter, why it is so important? Because a lot of industrial applications, so a lot of synthetic applications, we can prepare a lot of day-to-day products from or taking these carbonyl compounds as raw materials. That is one of the reason. So let us discuss about the preparation of aldehydes and ketones. Right, the first one. So the first preparation is the distillation of calcium salts of carboxylic acids. That is the header. I didn't write the header here. It is the distillation of calcium salts of carboxylic acids. Distillation of calcium salts of carboxylic acid. Now, this is very, very important and slightly tricky. So let us have a look. Carboxylic acid. Now, this is called calcium formate. Calcium formate. So calcium formate, when you distill, you get calcium. You get formaldehyde. How? So I'm going to teach you two mechanisms. Listen very carefully. Calcium formate. O, CO, H, O, CO, H. Actually, calcium formate can be written like this: Ca, HCOO twice. This is calcium formate. HCOO minus, formic acid, formate. It means anion. HCOO minus is called formate. It is derived from formic acid. It means anion. I hope you are clear. Now, so distillation. When you do distillation, listen very carefully here. Can you see here? This will be decomposed like this. Can you see? Now formaldehyde is produced. These mechanisms you learn from the teacher only. Listen carefully. Now what is left out? You soups, what is left out?
Yes,
what is left out? Calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate is the byproduct. Try to understand this. Now the same thing I'll teach you in a different way. Okay. For example, this is 1 mole. Now 2 moles let us take. See, let us see, is very interesting. Okay. So for example, I take here Ca, O, CO, H, O, CO, H. Okay. Next, plus another mole, Ca, OCO, H, OCO, H. Okay. Now, let us see how we can decompose this. Okay. Now, here, I think it's better to write in a linear way so that you will understand better. So, calcium, OCO, H, OCO, H plus another mole. Another mole we write like this: Ca, O, COH, OCO, H. Now we understand better. Now listen carefully. 2 moles I have taken. Now decompose. When you decompose, see clearly how this will be decomposed. See here, same thing here. This will be decomposed. Be careful. Here CHO, here H. Here H, here CHO. Now here I am getting 1 mole of CaCO3 here. Can you see here one CaCO3 and another mole of CaCO3 here. I hope you understood this. This is intermolecular. This is intramolecular. This is intramolecular. Hope you understood this. So this is how formaldehyde is produced. Let me know any doubts you have regarding this decomposition reaction. Well, you can see here, similarly, calcium acetate. So instead of hydrogen, here you have Me. That is calcium acetate. Here, Me. Can you see here? This is how calcium, this is how acetaldehyde is produced. If you take, see, you should be very careful. Now, for example, I'll just take a white stuff. Okay. Yeah. Now, I want a white background. I'll just look for the white background. Just move forward. Here I'll teach the white background here. Yeah. Now, let us take here, first of all, listen very carefully. CaO COH. This is calcium format. O COH. This is a calcium format. Next. So I'm taking here calcium acetate. So 1 mole of calcium format, 1 mole of calcium acetate I'm taking. So in the earlier case, I have taken 2 moles of sodium format or calcium format. Sorry. Now here I'm taking 1 mole of calcium acetate and 1 mole of calcium format. Now listen very carefully. Now decompose it. When you decompose, see, look at here very carefully. Now here this CHO, listen very carefully. This CHO, and here this CH3. Can you see here like this? Like this. So this will be removed. Now here listen carefully. Here H, here H. This is removed. Hope you are clear. Now I am getting what I am getting here. Help me. What I am getting? Acetaldehyde, CH3, CHO plus calcium carbonate I get. So when I take off 2 moles of here, H is there. If it is H, what I am getting? If it is H, what I am getting?
Formaldehyde, sir.
Formaldehyde. If it is CH3, what I am getting?
Acetaldehyde, sir.
Acetaldehyde. Now listen carefully. Now listen carefully. If it is 2 moles of acetate, come on, 2 moles of acetate, what I am getting? What I am getting? I am getting acetone. You are not getting the points.
Yes, sir. Understood. Sir.
Yeah, very good. So now I cleared the drawings. Now listen very carefully. If I take calcium formate alone, what I am getting, please? Formaldehyde. If I take calcium acetate alone, what I am getting? Acetone I get. If I take 1 mole of calcium formate and 1 mole of calcium acetate, what I am getting?
Acetaldehyde, sir.
Acetaldehyde. Very important. Now, any doubts so far? I'll teach you in another way. In a more simple way, I'll teach you. Okay. Now listen. CaO CO. Listen very carefully. R O CO R plus. Yeah. Now write it properly. Plus CaO CO R dash O CO R dash. Now listen carefully. Now mechanism. So mechanism is like this. This is the mechanism. Now here, mechanism is like this. Like this. Now listen carefully. If R is equal to R dash is equal to H, what you are getting? Formaldehyde. Agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If R is equal to R dash is equal to Me, calcium acetate I'm taking, both cases. What I'm getting?
Acetone, sir.
Excellent, acetone. Now, boys, if R is equal to R dash is equal to pH, calcium benzoate, what I'm getting?
Benzaldehyde.
No, not benzaldehyde. Benzophenone, pH, CO, pH. Clear or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now listen very carefully. If R is equal to H, R dash is equal to me. What I'm getting?
Acetaldehyde, sir.
Benzaldehyde.
Excellent. Acetaldehyde. Now listen. R is equal to pH. R dash is equal to H. Come on. What I'm getting? What I'm getting, man?
Benzaldehyde, sir.
Yes, benzaldehyde I'll get. So calcium benzoate plus calcium formate. Next, R is equal to pH. R dash is equal to Me. What I'm getting? PHCOMe. What is this called? What is this called, man?
Acetophenone, sir.
Excellent. You get acetophenone. So this is the first preparation. I have taught almost up to mains level. Above mains level I have taught already. Clear or not?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in exams they will ask with these names, sir, or with the structures.
Okay. Now let us come back. How examiner they ask you. 2 moles of calcium formate. Calcium formate on dry distillation. Distillation of carboxylic acid gives. Calcium formate on heating gives. Formaldehyde. Calcium acetate on heating gives. Acetone. Calcium benzoate on heating gives. Benzophenone. Calcium benzoate plus calcium acetate gives. Acetophenone. Calcium benzoate plus calcium formate gives. Benzaldehyde. Calcium acetate plus calcium formate gives. Hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Acetyldehyde. So this is how the questions will be asked. Any doubts? First preparation? First preparation, any doubts?
No, sir.
Good. Now, let us go to the advanced level, slightly higher level. Not advanced, actually, these are asked in even NEET examination also. So, anyhow, let's go back. So, can you see here? Calcium benzoate, you got benzophenone. Huh? Yeah. Now, I'm going to teach you slightly higher level. Now, listen carefully. See here. Yeah, listen carefully. Now I'm giving, let us take this acid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, this is a diacid. Am I right? This is a diacid. Can you see here? This is a diacid. Calcium salt of a diacid. Now, heat it. If you heat, what happens? Help me. CaCO3 remove. Have I removed CaCO3?
Yes, sir.
What is the product? Cyclopentanone. What is it? Cyclopentanone. Try to understand this. I'll tell you the examination how it will come. Listen very carefully. Cyclohexene. Boys. What this ozenolysis called? What is ozenolysis called? Rasagna. What is this ozenolysis called? Oxidative or reductive? Rasagna, are you present? Rasagna, are you present? Rama Sailaja,
Sir,
what is this ozenolysis? Oxidative or reductive?
sir, reductive.
No, it's oxidative. Water is there, na? Water is there. Okay. If we,
Yes.
yeah. 1 second. No, sorry. Is oxidative. It is reductive only. 1 second. You have to remove zinc. She's right. You have to remove zinc. Now I get acid. I don't get aldehyde. Now listen very carefully. When I add calcium hydroxide, what I'm going to get? Same thing only I'm going to get here. Here it is given already. Help me, all of you. Check out O minus. I'm going to get a calcium salt of carboxylic acid. O minus. Ca plus 2. This I'm going to get. Now heat this. See, heat this. This is what is going to happen. Same thing. When you heat, what happens? Help me. CaCO3 will be removed. CaCO3 is removed. So you'll be getting 1 carbon less ketone. So this is a slightly higher level, important. Any doubt? Any doubt? Have understood this or not? CaCO3
Yes,
is
sir.
removed here. Yeah. Get this. The same thing only. The same thing only. I've given extension. Starting from this cyclohexene.
Sir, can you please explain from when you use calcium?
Okay. Actually, calcium. Who asked this
So
question?
hydroxide. So hydroxide, calcium hydroxide.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing. See, who is asked? Rasagna?
Yes, sir.
See, calcium hydroxide is an acid or a base?
So base.
Very good. And this is a 6-member diacid is called adipic acid. So it's an acid and a base. What is this called? What did it form?
What is?
Array, soup. An acid and a base forms a salt, calcium salt.
Yes, sir.
Are you following? That's what it is formed
Yes.
here. That's what it is formed here. No, it's a good question actually. You made others also to realize this. Very good. Okay, appreciate. Understood or not? So
Yes,
an
sir.
acid plus a base gives rise to a salt. So calcium salt upon decomposition gives a
Calcium
ketone.
oxide.
Calcium
Oh.
carbonate plus ketone. 1 carbon
Yes.
less. You get 1 carbon less. Clear or not? Now,
Yes, sir.
for example, Rasagna, listen, answer this question. For example, if I take here like this. O minus. When I take calcium hydroxide and heat, what I'm going to get?
So 5-member ring.
No. 1 carbon less. Na. Is already see. First calcium salt will be formed. This is the calcium salt. Calcium hydroxide is calcium salt will be formed like this.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
following? Next, you have to remove. What do you remove? CaCO3 you remove. I think I'm right. Check out. So 1 carbon less is gone.
Yes,
So
sir.
CaCO3. Here 1 carbon is lost. 1 carbon is here. Remaining how many carbons are there?
4.
So it forms 4-member.
Understood, sir.
This is the perfection of first preparation. You complete the first preparation at a proper competitive level. So any doubts, any students, any doubts, please let me know. I'll take up this. So examiner will give a salt, listen carefully. And he will treat with a calcium salt, calcium hydroxide or base and heat. That means that gives an aldehyde and a ketone. Now, to your surprise, shall I integrate this concept with alkyl halides? Shall I integrate with alkyl halides? Now listen very carefully. Now, chloroform preparation, can anybody tell me chloroform preparation? Chloroform preparation. How you did the chloroform preparation? From ethanol? Ethanol. Help me. Chlorine, you got acetaldehyde, right? Aldehyde. And acetaldehyde, what you did? Again reacts with chlorine. It forms chlorol. You studied or not this one? You studied this or not? Chlorol, CCl3, CHO, upon treating with calcium hydroxide, you get chloroform. Plus, what is the byproduct here? What is the byproduct here? Calcium formate. This calcium formate, this is the chloroform preparation. This calcium format, if you heat, you get formaldehyde. So examiner may give this byproduct and gives heating. This you studied or not? First of all, you tell me. Nobody is answering.
Sir, yes, sir, studied, sir.
You studied, right? So ethanol, what is this reaction called? Anybody can tell me. This is asked in the competitive examination. What is this reaction called? Chlorine is a what agent?
Oxidizing agent, sir.
So this, first of all, this is oxidation. Next, what is this called? Second one is called. These hydrogens are replaced by
Halogenation.
chlorine, substitution. It is called substitution. You have to study these things. What is the mechanism for this? Important for competitive examination. CCl3 CHO. This is called chloral. When I add OH minus, where OH minus is coming from? Calcium hydroxide. Na? Calcium hydroxide is what is a base. It gives OH minus. So it reacts here. Agreed? Any doubt? Why? This carbon is electron deficient. Why? CCl3 is a electron withdrawing group. Oxygen is also more electron negative. So what you'll be getting? CCl3 C O minus H. What is attacked here? What is attacked here?
Nucleophile.
OH, nucleophile. Now listen, this bond will move here. CMe, if Me is there, CH3 is there, it's a bad leaving group. But this is a good leaving group. Why? It takes H plus. By taking H plus, what is formed? What is formed? Chloroform. Chloroform or not?
Yes, sir.
Next, here what is formed? H, CO, this is H I have written. CO, OH. What is this called?
Formaldehyde, sir.
Array, formic acid, right?
Formic acid, sir. Yes,
Formic
sir.
acid. Now what is left out here? OH minus is there. Calcium is there, na?
Yes, sir.
The Ca plus 2 is there. So what it forms? What it forms? Calcium formate. This calcium formate is the byproduct. If you heat, what you are going to get? Formaldehyde. This is integration of alkyl halides and any doubt? Nobody is talking. If you have doubt, you tell me again, I'll repeat. What is wrong? No doubt. Now, how to prepare? How to prepare from this? How to prepare chloroform? Another method. Here you take Me. Me. You take Me. When you take Me, what is it? Acetone. You studied or not that one? Listen. CH3, CO, CH3. Add chlorine. When you add chlorine, you get CCl3, CO, CH3. How do you get this? Can anybody tell me? Actually, chloroform plus Cl2 and calcium hydroxide is the you are adding actually. This is the reagent. So CH3, CO, Me. Now, first you add calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is a base. Do you agree or not? Base will abstract this H3 hydrogen. Base will abstract this H3 hydrogen. Now, add chlorine. So naturally, when you add chlorine, what happens? This will attack here. It will leave. So what I get here? CH2, Cl, CO, Me. Now, same thing again. Add OH minus followed by Cl2. Now what do you get next time? CH, Cl2, CO, Me. And next same thing. A base followed by chlorine. What do you get? CCl3, CO, Me. So this is what I have written here. Any doubt? Next, add OH minus. Finish. When you add OH minus, what you are going to get? So CCl3, CO minus, Me. What is attacked here? OH. Now this bond will move here. This takes H plus. Now I got chloroform. Chloroform plus what you got? acetic acid, ACOH. This ACOH reacts with calcium plus 2 and forms calcium acetate as a byproduct. This calcium acetate, if you heat, you get acetone back. This is the byproduct. Calcium acetate is the byproduct. When you take ethanol, see, listen carefully. When you take ethanol, first step is Cl2, you get CH3, CHO. That means here oxidation is taking place. But here in this reaction, oxidation is not taking place. Because already in the oxidizable format, you are taking acetone. Understanding or not? So what is the reaction basically? Ethanol in the presence of chlorine and calcium hydroxide. Use chloroform plus calcium formate. OCO H twice. Similarly, acetone, when you add the same reagent, you get chloroform plus calcium acetate. So these are the preparations for chloroform. You studied or not these two? Why don't you answer? If you say yes or no, also you don't answer. Next, how to prepare pure chloroform? Have you studied chloral hydrate? Chloral hydrate. From chloral hydrate, pure chloroform can be prepared. You know or not?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'll teach you. So this is chloral. CCl3, CHO is called chloral. Now, chloral hydrate means when you add water, CCl3, C, here OH minus is attacking. So H, here this is called chloral hydrate. Now, chloral hydrate, if you treat with KOH, this OH minus attacks here, this will leave, this takes H plus, so get pure chloroform. Plus, listen carefully, you get here, you get C, H, OH, OH, here what is attacked? What is attacked?
OH.
OH is attacked. Now, 3 electron withdrawing groups is unstable, so this bond will move, water will leave. So you get formic acid. Now listen carefully, formic acid. Formic acid, K plus is left out. So you get potassium formate. Potassium formate is a salt. So it is a solid. Now chloroform is pure because it is a solid. That's how pure chloroform can be prepared, important for competitive exams. Clear or not? Yeah. No.
Yes, sir.
Only first preparation is over so far. Now let's move. So this is already explained. For example, if you take calcium acetate and calcium propanoate, what is the product? Same thing. See, this is the product. This is the product. See, CH3COET. This is the product. 2-butanone. Similarly here. This is the product. This is the product. And calcium carbonate will get. So this is how any aldehyde or a ketone can be produced if you take the right combination of the calcium salts. So this sends the first preparation. So what is the first preparation? Dry distillation of calcium salts of carboxylic acid yields aldehydes and ketones. Right? Now, second preparation. Oxidation of primary alcohols. Let us see primary alcohols. So this is a primary alcohol. Oxidizing agent you have to use. So K2CR27 dilute 4 is a oxidation. So primary alcohols will be converted into aldehyde. Right? Be converted into aldehyde. How? Actually, these mechanisms are not required, but these are deep. Very simple only. See, listen. I'll teach you here. See, R, C, OH, H. See here. Listen very carefully. Now, this carbon hydrogen bond is oxidized. This one. This carbon hydrogen bond will be oxidized. Listen here. I am putting oxidized. See, this is oxidized. Any doubt? Now, listen carefully. Diols, gem diols are unstable, you know very well. Gem diols are unstable. What happens? This bond will move here. water will leave. So you get aldehyde. Simple. So this is the mechanism. Actually, mechanisms how from primary alcohols you are getting aldehyde. So this is how you'll get. Next, secondary alcohols. So this is secondary alcohol. Primary alcohol, this one. This is secondary ethanol. So same thing only. You get ethanol. Here R instead of R, I have taken CH3. That's just an example. This is a general formula. This is a ethanol is taken. So ethanol will give, ethyl alcohol will give acetaldehyde. Now listen very carefully. In the examination, this test is called dichromate test. Listen very carefully. Dichromate test. What is the color of dichromate? Pink or green?
Pink.
You soup. It is orange. Then pink is KMnO4 na? Is orange color. So K2Cr2 changes its color to Cr+3. Cr+3 is green color. It turns green color. So this is called dichromate test. Because the oxidation in the process it gets decomposed to Cr+3. This is green color and this is orange color. So orange to green decolorization takes place. Color change is there. So that shows. I hope you understand. This is called dichromate test. I'll tell you. Listen very carefully. Very interesting. Dichromate test cannot be given by tertiary alcohols because this group cannot be oxidized. So that is how you can differentiate the tertiary alcohols from primary and secondary. Clear or not? Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
You're saving energy. To tell yes also, no also, you don't have energy. Now, secondary alcohols and oxidation gives ketones. Primary alcohols always gives aldehydes. Secondary alcohols will give corresponding ketone. Okay. Now you can see, take this alcohol, propane to all, heat. Here also decolorization takes place. Dichromate test. Okay. Yeah. Next, let us see. So, hope you understood. Tertiary alcohols will not give this test. Be careful. Tertiary alcohol will not give dichromate test. No oxidation takes place. Mind you, please. Yeah. Next, students, listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. Once, actually, you should be very careful. Examiner, if for example, if he gives a primary alcohol, listen very carefully. When he gives here, K2Cr2O7, the presence of H plus, you get aldehyde. When he gives K2Cr2O7, H plus and heat, then you should write acid. This will be further oxidized to acid. Are you following? So conditions and all, you should be very careful. Heating always will give final oxidation product. Intermediate oxidation product is aldehyde or ketone. Final oxidation products will be acid. Are you clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Now, these are all the mild oxidizing agents. What are those? PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate, PDC, pyridinium dichromate, MnO2, manganese oxide. Okay. So these are all mild oxidizing agents. These in your syllabus are NCERT or the board textbook. Okay. Now, so there is a beauty of this thing. The thing is, for example, if there is an alcoholic group and a double bond or a triple bond is there, so double bond and triple bond will be unaffected. That is the beauty. For example, when you add K2Cr2 and KMnO4, what happens? The double bond will be oxidized. That is the selectivity. That is called selectivity. Selectively, only alcoholic group will be oxidized. For example, see, for example, here you take like this. There is a double bond like this. Take a aldehyde. Okay. Sorry, alcohol. Should take alcohol. 1 second. Okay, let me take alcohol here. I can take alcohol. Now, when I add PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate or PDC, now the double bond will remain and I get here aldehyde. Oxidation takes place. Clear or not? For example, if you take a secondary alcohol like this. Now, when I take PDC or P, then what happens? Double bond will be unaffected. Naturally, you get this. So this double bond will be broken if you take KMnO4 or K2CR7 because they are strong oxidizing agents. And but these are mild oxidizing agents. So how these are prepared actually? So pyridine, this is called pyridine. Pyridine plus CrO3 plus HCl. So PCC can be prepared. PCC means pyridinium chlorochromate. So pyridinium, see an acid, pyridinium ion, chlorochromate, CrO3 Cl minus. This is the reagent actually. So not required, but anyhow, what is PCC? You are expected to know. That's why. So this is in acidic media. You can prepare this. This is a mild oxidizing agent. Now PDC. PDC means dichromate. See, simply take pyridinium dichromate. So add here CrO3 water. Now you get pyridinium dichromate. You'll get it. Dichromate here twice Cr2O7 like that. Pyridinium dichromate will get. So these aqueous media, you are using acidic media here. That is the basic difference, and both have the same function. Both have the same function. So let us move forward. So primary alcohol will be converted PCC or PDC. You can take. So this is what I already conveyed to you. This is PCC, pyridinium chlorochromate. Now you get aldehyde, which is a mild oxidizing agent. Similarly, you can take here secondary alcohol. See, clearly double bond will be unaffected. See, it is converted into ketone. That is the beauty of it. So here selectivity is achieved, right? Now, similarly, Jones reagent is there, very important. So Jones reagent is CrO3 H2SO4 in aqueous acetone. You have to remember this. What is Jones reagent? Chromic anhydride H2SO4 and chromic anhydrate. Why? Because chromic acid, when you remove water, you get chromic anhydrate. CrO3 H2SO4 and acetone. Okay. Now listen very carefully. Is a very selective oxidizing agent used to oxidize allylic and benzylic oxide to corresponding alpha beta unsaturated. See, this is allylic stuff. One more thing I'm telling you, very interesting thing. Now, see, MnO2. See, this is very interesting. For example, here there is a allyl alcohol. There is a normal alcohol is there. When you add MnO2, preferably it oxidizes allylic position or benzylic position. So this will be oxidized. This will not be oxidized. Are you following? Yeah. So same thing here also. Generally, you can see here in the example, they have given an allylic alcohol. So this will be oxidized to its corresponding CrO3, H2SO4, and acetone is called Jones reagent. It will be converted into aldehyde without affecting the double bond, which is a mild oxidizing. This is called acrolein, already I told you. Acrolein. In the bond line notation, this can be written like this. First year also I explained Diels-Alder reaction. Like this, you can write. Next. So let us take here dehydrogenation of alcohols in the presence of air. So this is also very, very important. Copper or silver at 373 Kelvin, 573 Kelvin, I think. 300 degrees centigrade. See, 573 Kelvin, 300 degrees centigrade. This is also very, very important. Listen carefully. You get same thing. You get dehydrogenation means what? Water is removed. Sorry, H2 is removed. Sorry. So here you can observe clearly. Here H2 is removed. Agreed. Dehydrogenation takes place. Dehydrogenation is nothing but removing hydrogen is nothing but oxidation only. So this is one of the oxidizing agent, I mean to say. Similarly, secondary alcohol is converted into ketone. But you will be in trouble. Students, listen carefully. PCC, PDC, or MnO2, or K2CR2SO1H+, these are not going to oxidize tertiary alcohols. But listen, these tertiary alcohols will give alkene. Be careful. It is not given here. I'll just write here. Listen. If you take a tertiary alcohol, listen carefully. Primary alcohols will give aldehydes using copper 300 degrees centigrade or 573 Kelvin, or silver 300 degrees centigrade. Secondary alcohols will give ketones, absolutely no problem. But tertiary alcohol will give alkene. This you must be careful. These applications I'll teach you in the completive part. For example, this is a tertiary alcohol. Now I am going to have alkene like this. Elimination takes place. For example, listen very carefully. This is a secondary alcohol. This is a tertiary alcohol. When you add this reagent, what happens? Can anybody guess, please? Tertiary secondary alcohol will be converted into ketone, and this will be converted into alkene. More substituted. More substituted. Sedge rule. Sedge F. Interesting or not? For example, if you take here a primary alcohol and a secondary alcohol, then what happens? Primary alcohol will be converted into aldehyde. Secondary alcohol will be converted into ketone. Yeah. In one shot, I can explain. Here you can take tertiary alcohol also. Then what happens? Here double bond will come. Why? Because unsaturation. Conjugation, extended conjugation is more stable. You cannot write double bond here. That much chemistry is there. More substituted double bond is more stable. And double bond, conjugated double bond is more stable than more substituted double bond. Are you understanding what I am speaking?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
understanding my pace or not? Students, are you understanding organic?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now ethanol on oxidation gives acetaldehyde. Ethanol, all will give. Similarly, propanol on oxidation gives propanone. So anyhow, now you have seen two preparations. What are the two preparations? Dry distillation of carboxylic acids. Next is oxidation reactions with mild and strong oxidation agents. Now, from unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is alkenes and alkynes. It's a big subject. You already studied this. So this is ozonolysis. This is hydration. Okay. So ozonolysis. Ethyl on ozonolysis, 2 moles of formaldehyde. But reactive ozonolysis you do, please. Reactive ozonolysis, you naturally you get zinc is used, you get formaldehyde. Already explained. So this is very famous. So ozonolysis you did it already. Okay. Similarly, zinc dust is I told you already. Here what happens? This H2O2 will form H2 peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide should be destroyed. That's why zinc is used. So zinc destroys hydrogen peroxide to water. Okay. Hydration. You can give any examples. You can give any example. Any example you can take. For example, if you take like this, you get aldehyde, ozone, zinc, water. So I'll be getting 2 moles of aldehyde. 2 moles of aldehyde. Okay. These are how aldehydes will be prepared. Next. Or ketones also. If you take a symmetrical alkyne, you get 2 moles of ketone. Agreed. Next. Hydration of alcohol. It's very, very simple hydration. So this is a hydration catalyst. Whenever water is used, this H2SO4, HgSO4 should be used. So 2 moles it attacks, forms acetaldehyde, because this is converted into tartamidase into acetaldehyde. So very simple. If you want, you can do like this. For example, here this is acetylene. Add water 2 moles. So 1 mole I added like this, 1 mole. Second mole you add, I get OH here and OH here. Jamdiol will be converted into aldehyde. So I got this answer. Finish. Now, if you have a problem, I'll give one more example. For example, you take propane. You know how propane is made. Mg2C3 and hydrolysis use propane. So this propane add water. When you add water, what I get? First mole, Markovnikov rule, first mole. Second mole you add. So OH and OH. Gemdiol will be counted into. So you get acetone. Hope you understood this. So this is how you can prepare. Now, check my notes. First year notes, very important. For example, be careful in this case. You'll be in trouble. Unsymmetrical alkene is given. Alkane is given. Now add water. When you add water here, more substituted alcohol only you should write. Don't write less substituted alcohol. Add another mole. When you add another mole, you get OH here and OH here. This will be converted into 2-pentanone, 3-pentanone. Don't write 2-pentanone, please. 2-pentanone, don't write, because this is a Markovnikov rule. Any doubt? Any doubt? This question has been asked in the COMPT examination. Students are doing mistake. This question is asked. Now add here HgSO4, H2SO4 catalyst. That means water only, hydration catalyst. Now what is the first mole? First mole. First mole is double one here, add OH here. Don't write at the end terminal, you should not write. This is Markovnikov rule. Again, I'm telling you. And add another mole. Here OH and here OH. So diol will be counted into ketone. That's it. So these are all about alkanes. From alkanes and alkenes you prepared. Any doubts or you want more explanations? Or
Sir,
more
can you aldehyde formation?
aldehyde formation.
Yes, sir.
Aldehyde formation is possible only with acetylene. Remaining anything, if you take non-terminal cases, you get, because if you take the moment you take one more, it follows Markovnikov rule. Then I get acetone. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
In this case only, I get aldehyde. Aldehyde only I'll get. This is tautomerization, you can write. Are you following?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And one more thing is, you get aldehydes from the terminal. For example, this is the terminal one. Hydroboration oxidation, if you do, you get a anti-Markovnikov rule. This is hydroboration oxidation. Hydroboration oxidation. When you do hydroboration oxidation, what happens? This is the first step. Terminal anti-Markovnikov rule will be formed. Second step is here OH, here OH, 2 moles. Now this will be converted into aldehyde. Now when I do hydration, what happens? I'll be in trouble because I get what rule? Second, slightly mistake is. So undo. Yeah. Now listen. Mistake is here. You have to do Markovnikov rule. That's the problem. Now another mole. Now it will be converted into ketone. So see the difference. This is anti-Markovnikov addition because it's hydroboration oxidation. This is hydration. So hydration gives Markovnikov rule, MP, Markovnikov rule. Without knowing the basics of organic chemistry, if you sit in the class, it will be black and blue without putting efforts. Otherwise, it will be most interesting. It's the most charming subject. Are you clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
1 hour 15 minutes, nothing is completed. 3 preparations are completed. Now, anyhow, you can prepare formaldehyde. 1 carbon, it is not possible. Now from acyl halide. So this is called Rosenmund's reduction. Very important. Rosenmund's reduction. Now, with the Rosenmund's reduction, benzoyl chloride you should take. Acyl halide, aryl halide. See, benzoyl is a benzoyl chloride. H2 palladium BSO4 in quinoline. What is that catalyst called? Lindlar's catalyst. The same catalyst you can use here. Same catalyst you use. So you get aldehyde here. You get aldehyde here. So very important. So, but here, be careful, you'll be in trouble. I'll tell you what is the trouble. Now, for example, examiner is giving here COCl. Now, listen very carefully. Here he is giving alkane here. So H2 palladium BaSO4 in quinoline is given as the reagent. This is a pakka competitive question I'm giving. Same standard, competitive standard. Now what happens? You will be in trouble here. 1 second. This is a okay. Now listen. Here, this is called Rosenmund's reduction. So this will be converted into aldehyde. But this is Lendler's catalyst. Lendler's catalyst, you get cis alkene. This is so H2BSO4 is a Lendler's catalyst as well as Rosenmund's reduction. Both you can use. Understanding or not? In one shot, 2 explanations. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lendler's use soups. Lendler's catalyst. If you take the Lendler's catalyst, this will be converted into cis alkene.
Again, yes, sir.
So this is converted into cis alkene, I'm saying. As well as converts acyl halide into, it acts on 2 things, this and this one, both functionalities. This is exactly pakka competitive part. Okay, that's it. This is all about what reduction is called. This is what reduction?
Isomund something.
Something is soup. Rosenmund's reduction. Rosenmund's reduction. Okay, not something. Okay, Rosenmund's reduction. Now you tell me what is the reduction called?
Rosenmund's reduction.
Okay, after great struggle, we got it. Good. So it sulfur and quinoline, you know very well, it acts like a further, it poisons the catalyst. Further selectivity, further reaction won't take place. Selectivity will be achieved. Next. Very important. This is called Stephen's reduction. All are named reactions only. Stephen's reaction. The Stephen's reaction, we use this catalyst. This is SnCl2 in the presence of dilute HCl. So cyanides will be converted into aldehydes. Can you see how amazing is it? Cyanides is converted into aldehydes. Can you see? Cyanide is converted into aldehyde directly. I'll just 1 second write it. So cyanides are converted into aldehyde directly by using SnCl2 in the presence of HCl. Yeah. I'll tell you how. Very simple. R, C, triple bond N is there. First HCl you add. When you add HCl, naturally R, C, double bond N. So here H will be added, here Cl will be added. Because Cl minus, this is a deficient. Delta plus, delta minus. So HCl, H plus, Cl minus. I think where you will attack, you know. Cl will attack nitrogen or carbon?
Carbon, sir.
Minus and minus repel, nah? So I hope you understood this first point. Now listen very carefully. This on hydrolysis, acidic hydrolysis will give aldehyde. This on acidic hydrolysis will give aldehyde. So you want me the explanation how acidic hydrolysis takes place? I explain the mechanism. Listen, slightly complicated, but however I'll explain. R, CH, N, NH, NH, here I think Cl. Now add water. OH minus attacks here. A double bond is there. I'm sorry. Double bond is there. So here like this. So this takes H plus. Now R, C, OH, Cl here. 1 second. Double bond NH2. 1 second. Let us start from the beginning. I'll explain. See, R, C, triple bond N. So add HCl first. When I add HCl first, R, CH, double bond NH. Are you convinced, everybody? Now
Yes, sir.
add OH minus from water. So this will attack here. It takes H plus in water. Okay. R, CH, OH, here NH. Okay. So here H is added, here Cl is added. I'm sorry, here Cl is added. This is Cl. This is Cl. Okay. Now listen carefully. Now listen very carefully. Another OH attacks. Another OH attacks here. When another OH attacks here, the Cl will leave. So R C OH OH. Here NH2. Sorry, NH2. Now this bond moves here. Ammonia will leave. Ammonia will leave. This is H. So you get aldehyde. This is Cl. Cl minus NH plus. So this is Cl. This bond will move here. Yeah. So I hope try the mechanism, you'll get it. So R C triple bond N. First step you write R aluminum hydrochloride. Now, actually, first step is reduction step. It will be reduced actually. I'm sorry. So then you get RCHNH. First is reduction step. Now it is problem is solved. Now you do hydrolysis. When you do hydrolysis, here H is added, here OH is added.
Sir, for carbon, OH is added. Sir.
No, 1 second, I'll tell you. Now, when you do hydrolysis, here H is added, here OH is added, again H is added, OH is added. So this is a diol will be converted into aldehyde. So if you want, I'll explain again. No problem.
Clear,
Listen
sir.
carefully.
Clear, sir.
I think you got the understanding. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
first thing it is reduced R CH double bond NH. This is the first step. Next add water. OH minus, it attacks here, it takes H plus. So R CH here OH here NH2. Now this bond will move here, this will leave. So you get aldehyde RCHO. This is called Stephen's reduction. So I'll give one more example. For example, there is a cyanide. When I add SnCl2 in the presence of HCl, they give H3O plus. H3O plus means acidic hydrolysis. Acidic hydrolysis means H plus in the presence of water. This is also called H3O plus. So don't get mistaken. Whenever H3O plus or H plus in the presence of H2O is given, this is called acidic hydrolysis. So that gives aldehyde. This is called Stephen's reduction. The Stephen's reduction, cyanide is converted directly into aldehyde. Hope you are clear. Okay. Now, so example, HCN is converted into formaldehyde. Same thing. Okay. So now dibal H. So you have the resilience to listen, or you want me to wind off for today? Tomorrow shall I take class?
Yes, sir.
Oh, very painful you are saying. Anyhow, any doubts? I open the session for discussion. Any doubts? No doubts. Okay. Thanks for bearing. Have a good day. I'll inform you if you have a class. I'll post it in the group. Thank you.
Sir, tomorrow, sir.
Yes. Okay. See, what do you do at home? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.